There once was a boy named Culhwch. His mother died when he was very young, and before she passed, she spoke a curse. He shall never marry unless it is Olwen. A name nobody knew, a girl no one had seen. Years passed, and Culhwch grew into a fearsome young warrior, forever haunted by her name. At last, he could take it no more, so he rode into the court of his cousin, the great King Arthur. Arthur listened, and he swore an oath to his cousin they would find Olwen, no matter where she was hidden. At last, they learned the truth. Olwen was the daughter of the mighty giant called Ysbaddaden Bencawr, a cruel and terrible being feared by all who knew his name and bound by a prophecy. For it was foretold that the day Olwen married was the day he would surely die. At long last, Culhwch found her, and when she walked, white clovers bloomed from beneath her feet. For she was the beautiful Olwen, and she warned him, "My father will never allow this. But try, brave warrior," she said, and Culhwch, with fire in his heart, accepted this challenge with a grin. Culhwch, King Arthur, and his many men-at-arms arrived at the court of the terrible Ysbaddaden Bencawr. Together they entered the great hall of Ysbaddaden, a place of shadow and stone, a place where few dared to stand. Culhwch stepped forward and spoke. "Great King, I have travelled far for your daughter's hand." The giant did not refuse him. "No," he smiled, and he gave Culhwch a long list of tasks. Not one, not 10, but dozens, impossible things. Hunt the great boar, Torc Trwyth. Find the treasures lost to time, gather warriors from across the world. Unbeknownst to Culhwch, each one of these impossible tasks was meant to kill him. The giant smiled and spoke. "I wish you luck, young warrior, for you shall need it. Now go forth and embrace your fate in whichever way death may take you." Culhwch, King Arthur and his men rode out, across forests, across mountains, across kingdoms, chasing the monstrous boar, Torc Trwyth, a creature of fury and legend. It fought, it raged, it tore through the land itself, and many fell in the hunt. But still they endured, and one by one the tasks were completed, not easily and never without loss, but nevertheless done. At last, Culhwch returned. The giant had no more demands, no more trials, no more tricks. And so fate came for him. Slowly but surely, the mighty giant of Ysbaddaden Bencawr fell to a deep sleep, as it had always been foretold. Afterwards, Culhwch returned, not as the boy who had once ridden in search of a name, but as the man who had conquered fate itself. And there at last stood Olwen, no longer distant, no longer a dream, but his. And when she walked towards him, the earth blossomed beneath her feet once more, and before kings and warriors they were joined in a marriage, not by chance, not by ease, but by courage, by sacrifice, and by a love that endured the impossible. For in the oldest of stories, love is not given. It is fought for, it is earned, and it is remembered as a legend.